Hello, Libra, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of January 18th through the 24th. And during that time, we have a new moon that comes in on the 19th. And of course, that's a time for a fresh start, new beginnings, good time to learn a new skill or start any new projects, either inner or outer, that you might want to work on, or a good time to make new decisions. We then move into the waxing crescent moon for the rest of the week. And that is a time of heightened senses, good time to just execute those things that we've just started, plan, begin the little projects and start putting things together, and also just kind of live up to your expectations and your intentions. You just have really good energy to do that this week. So please pay attention to those moon energies as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter, Libra. So, as always, please take what resonates today and leave what doesn't for someone else. And your overall message for this reading is you are good enough. Okay, let's see what the Libra Collective has going on for the week. As I'm shuffling today, my fun little weekly message this week is that you use this moon energy, the new moon and the waxing crescent, to learn something new. So pick a topic that's, maybe something that you've had some interest in the past, and you thought, I don't know a whole lot about that thing, and give yourself a couple of hours or more if you can, and maybe read a book or two or listen to a lecture. Just really do a deep dive on something that you've been curious about and wanted to learn, and just take the time to really study and take notes if you need to, but just to really think and absorb what it is that you're learning. So I know a lot of times as adults, kind of life goes by and we get distracted. We've got all this technology now to get distracted, but sometimes it's really good just to focus in and say, you know what, I'm curious about that thing, I'm gonna take some time to really focus on it. So that is my fun weekly reminder for you this week. All right, let's get into this reading, Libra. January 18th through the 24th, you are good enough. And your present energy for this week, starting us out here, is the Ace of Pentacles. So this could be something coming in for you as like a new financial opportunity, maybe a new job, maybe some money coming in from a side gig. Just it could be anything, inheritance, any money that comes from anywhere. So this could be some kind of bonus. This could be you did your taxes and you're getting a tax return. So new financial opportunity for you, and we just use it wisely. Um, Anytime a lump sum of money comes in, you should think about it. Don't just go out and blow it. Maybe have a little bit of fun, but also do the responsible thing of, taking care of something that needs taken care of, paying a bill ahead of time, investing some money, kind of depending on how much money this is. But make sure you kind of divvy it up into different categories, and so that you don't just turn around and that money's gone. So those are my motherly words of advice to you, Libra, today. All right, your current situation is the Fool. So here you are off on this new journey, new financial opportunity. So that's really good. I mean, I feel like, you've got some new money under you. You've got new decisions ahead of you too. So make sure you are making those wise decisions. But here you are off on a new journey. That could be in many different areas of your life, and for different Libras. For some of you, you may be starting a new job. For some of you may be moving. Some of you may have just gotten a new apartment, or some of you may be moving back home. Some of you may be, moving into a new house, or start finding a different house. So, so many different ways that this Pentacle and this Fool card together can work in conjunction. So, whatever's new for you, I wish you the best of luck with it. The root of your situation is the Three of Wands. So, this could be something where, this is a new venture. It goes right along with this. This is also the card of travel. So maybe some of that new money coming into you gets spent on some travel this time around, which is fine. That's awesome. Be adventurous. Go see something that you've never seen. We're all going to be jealous of you. Leave in the comments where you might go. Are you planning a trip? But this is something kind of at the root that you're thinking about this. You're thinking about this journey that you want to go on, or this new venture that you want to be on as well. In your recent past, Libra, is the Tower. So maybe things were kind of falling apart, and you're coming into this with a fresh mind because of that. You've had some sort of disruption, your life has been disrupted, And it looks like you're kind of picking the pieces back up together now. So that's good. And whatever this disruption, I hope that you are turning around and learning from it. A lot of times when you're in the middle of this tower moment, it's hard to turn around. And I said destruction. I meant disruption. Did I say disruption? I hope it wasn't destruction. Disruption. I'm not sure what I said. I feel like I said the other. If I did, I'm sorry. Anyway, I hope that you're turning around, because a lot of times when you're in these disruptive moments, it's very hard to like look around and see what those nuggets are, what we should be learning, because it's just chaos and you're just trying, just there's dust. You're waiting for it. So now that the dust has settled and you realize, okay, I'm off onto this new journey, I hope you do turn around and say, okay, what did I just go through and what was it trying to teach me? Because you don't want to go through it again. And I assure you, if you don't learn the lesson, you will go through it again. That's just how things work. On your mind this week is the Four of Pentacles. So you're definitely thinking about your financial stability. And bravo to you, Libra, for being very responsible this week with it. With whatever this new money is coming into you, you've decided to be a good steward of it and at least do the responsible thing with some of it. Maybe again, not all of it. You may want to take a trip with a little bit, or you've got a trip planned and this extra money coming in just kind of helps with that trip. So that would be awesome too. What is just ahead of you this week is the Five of Cups. So something that you're a little bit sad about, and whatever that is for you, I hope you get over it. I don't see it as like the huge focus of your week, but a lot of times when you go through something that's a little bit disruptive and your life does change and you're off on a new path, of course that's good to get out of whatever that tower moment was and whatever, the thing was that was not going great for you, and you're off on a new path and that feels good. But sometimes you are leaving things behind that are just kind of unexpected, or I'm even trying to think of an example. Let's say you do get a new job and you're very excited about it. It's a new venture, there's more money, new things are happening. And then the other thing is there are some people that you have to leave behind that you're not going to see every day. That's kind of the sad part about that kind of change. It's just there. It's not the end of the world, but of course, you're a little wistful. So if they're look around and make sure, are there people that you do want to try to stay in touch with if you can, and try to keep those relationships going if you're a little sad about it. You can always get together and have lunch and see what's going on, right? In your advice position here is the King of Cups. So I want you to take some time to be knowledgeable about all of these emotions that you're having, the feeling stability, that new feeling, the newness of this new venture, feeling the sadness of what you're leaving behind, and also the expectation of what might lie ahead. Make sure that you're understanding your emotions about that, but also the people around you. So, what are people around you feeling about your newfound stability and this new journey that you're on? Maybe check in with friends and family and, make sure that you are keeping those lines of communication open so that you don't make this mistake again in the past, or also that you're expressing, hey, I'm a little sad about this, and so that they understand where you're coming from. It's just good to have people on your team that really know where you are. And this week, the advice is to do that, is to really just be knowledgeable about the emotions and the things that you are going through. What is beyond your control this week is the Hierophant. So you may seek out guidance. This may be why you're at a tarot reading right now. So thanks for being here and thanks for thinking of me. But yeah, you may be looking for some sort of guidance, maybe in the spiritual realm this week. It could be in the financial realm. It could be something with this disruption. You might be seeking out advice on this new journey, or on the sadness that you're feeling, or on these emotional things. So this is a card and it's kind of beyond your control. So, if there's a book that falls into your lap, go ahead and read it. If there's a podcast that seems like, oh, that might be relevant, or a tarot reading, mine or anyone else's, that seems like, oh, that might be something I need to listen to and see if there's any guidance there for me, then you're definitely seeking that out this week. It's like you're on this new journey, but you're definitely wanting to make sure that there's some advice and that you are seeking out some information on how to make your next step. So that's pretty good. What is your secret desire and what are you trying to avoid? Your secret desire is to just have a little fun. Girls just want to have fun, right? Three of Cups is about that. This is about getting together with friends and celebrating these things, celebrating this ending. Maybe talking about the sad things, but then thinking about the new things that are coming along for you, and not only they can come in this guidance role as well. This doesn't just have to be, in the spiritual or financial guidance kind of things, or, your friends are also there for your guidance. So make sure that you're having fun with your friends. Lighten up, relax just a little bit this week. And, you might be able to share these emotion things with them and get some of their guidance as well. Though I'm sure they have lots of words to say about whatever it is that you've just been through. Everyone likes to give advice, right? In your outcome position is the Four of Wands. So I really like that we have two fours on the table now. I want you to go and look up angel number 33 and now 44. This is a card of celebration. It could be a card of a new relationship. Sometimes that's a card of a wedding. So maybe there is something on the horizon for you when it comes to that you may that you're either maybe involved in planning something, or even you might meet someone that could be a situation further down the line. If you're already in a relationship, it could be that you're kind of renewing some things, renewing vows. But this is also just a card of celebration. So some of you might be attending a wedding this week, or you might be thinking about traveling off to a wedding or doing that this week, or it's in the plans or it's in the books. But I feel like that's something that's on your mind, that's in your outcome this week. But you have two right here at the end, two cards of celebration. And I know, this is in secret desire, or you're trying to avoid. I don't know if anyone's who's trying to avoid just celebrating and having fun with their friends. So make sure you're trying to do a little bit of that this week. All right, Libra, what's hidden from you this week is the Hanged Man. Now, I see the Hanged Man a lot in conjunction with the Fool card, and I do see it as kind of a new perspective card. And maybe you achieved your new perspective last week, and that's why you're ready to step out on this new journey, this new way of being, and just really just having faith that there's something better out there for you. I have faith in that, and that's just the way it is. Live and learn, move on, start the next thing. So, all right, let's get a final word here from the Soul Oracle deck. Final message here for Libra as they're off on this new journey, which looks like fun to me. I'm trying to look around to see if I've missed anything here. New money, new journey, some stability, looking ahead to the future. But yeah, look up 33 and 44 angel numbers and see if those have any significance on what you're going through in your life this week. All right, final word here from the Soul Oracle deck. Be creative. So whatever you're doing, and especially maybe with this new journey here, be creative. Nothing is set in stone, and nothing has to be done the way other people have done it. If you need to do things in your own manner, then be creative and do things in your own manner. I'm sure you have your wits about you to be creative and do that. So what do you need to do in the way of self-care this week, Libra? Self-care for Libra as they set off on this new journey. And the card that you get, which is such a pretty card, is the card that says Mind. You are the master of your inner world, and you decide how the outer world affects you. Cultivate a calm inner state. So I really like that. Calm inner state, be creative. Just be open to whatever the world has to offer. I've been talking about this being a 1 year, and I've just really seeing the changes. And I really sense that in this reading, that you've just gone through some things, and you're just turning over a new leaf, and it's time for a new start, and you're ready to go. And make sure you celebrate a little bit with some friends and family this week, and just relax. Looks like you're working hard at this. It's time to relax a little bit too. So Libra, thank you so much for being here this week. I do hope there's something that you can take away and use in your life in a positive way this week from this reading. If you are comfortable sharing, drop me a comment down below and let me know if any of this is resonating with you. Also, if you like my reading style, if you hit like and subscribe, it really helps my channel. I appreciate that so, so much. Thank you so much for doing that. And it'll help you find me next week. So thanks so much, Libra, and good luck with all of this. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.